Well, good morning, friends. I opened my phone yesterday and went to the Google web browser, and one of the news headlines said, Americans are the unhappiest they've been in 50 years. And the article cited a poll that said that just 14% of Americans are very happy. 2020 has been a difficult, confusing, and challenging year, so many of us are struggling, searching for happiness. Last week's devotion related to happiness, and so does this week's as well. There's a discipline that I want to encourage you to cultivate in your life, and a season like this one provides a great opportunity to do so. It's the discipline or the habit of gratitude. Sam Allberry says, as central as thanklessness was to our demise, will thankfulness be to our flourishing in Christ. What does he mean? Well, we, all of humanity, were made to live in relationship with God, and that relationship was meant to be the great source of our joy. But Paul says in Romans chapter 1 about humanity that we did not glorify God or give thanks to him. So instead of looking to God as the giver of all good things, instead we look at the stuff he has given us and we try to find happiness in that stuff apart from a relationship with God. And that has led to our demise, and it has led to a lack of happiness. C.S. Lewis has said, well, God cannot give us a happiness apart from himself because it's not there. There is no such thing. You see, thanklessness is central to our demise, and so thankfulness is central to our flourishing in Christ. So Paul told the Thessalonian church, rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Gratitude is meant to be at the center of the Christian life, but it doesn't come natural to us. If you have kids, you have no doubt had to remind them to say thanks. And we are often that way with God, that we easily overlook his goodness and fail to thank him. And the reality is that when we choose to focus on what we've been given rather than linger on what we're missing, we feel happier. Thanksgiving is so important in the Christian life. Perhaps you are like my family and you will take a trip this summer, or you took a trip growing up with your family and you played games in the car. Well, we play a game, a letter game, where we look for words that start with each letter of the alphabet in order. So we look for a word that starts with the letter A, and then we look for a word that starts with the letter B, and so on. And it's kind of dangerous for me as the driver, but it makes all of us look for things that we might not normally look for, that we might normally overlook. And we need to develop eyes for things that we might normally overlook. We need to look at the world through the lens of gratitude. So let me give you 3 quick ways to cultivate gratitude in your life. First, count your blessings. In your journal or on your phone, write down 5 to 10 things each week, and then review your list and say a prayer of thanksgiving for those things. Second, say grace. Throughout history, Christians have made a habit of saying a short prayer before we eat a meal. It's a way to express gratitude to God for a gift that he has given us. But G.K. Chesterton once said, you say grace before meals, all right, but I say grace before the concert and the opera, and grace before the play, and grace before I open a book, and grace before sketching and painting and swimming and fencing and boxing and walking and playing and dancing and writing. Here's his point. Develop a habit of stopping and thanking God before or even in the midst of your daily activities. See each moment and activity as a gift from God and an opportunity to enjoy God and glorify him. And lastly, say thanks for your neighbor. And make a habit of contacting someone each week in person, by phone, through social media, and let them know that you are grateful that they are in your life. Gratitude is fuel for the soul. Gratitude reminds us that there is a God who is so concerned with our eternal happiness that he sent his Son to die for us. He is that good, and his blessings are innumerable. So for the sake of your happiness, grow in gratitude today. I'm praying for you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.